Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to show off all my guidebooks for games that I have collected over the years. Many years, actually. These were the ones that I found right now. I have said this before, but I have stored a lot of gaming things in boxes under my bed. So I don't have space to display them at all times. A lot of these books I haven't seen in a few years, actually. I'm just gonna show them off to you and tell you a little brief story about what I remember with them. This one is the Skyrim guidebook. It's the biggest guidebook I have. I remember I picked this up down at the post office, and it had the red mark on it, like red labeled, like this is heavy, kind of red label. The post office sometimes do that. It is extremely heavy. It contains all quests and descriptions and stuff like that from everything in the game. And this game is so big. We all know this. Skyrim in my heart and all of that. But it has a map and it has a lot of shit. So this book, if you're into Skyrim, now that it's soon coming to the Nintendo Switch, this book will work fine with the game because it's the special edition which was released not long ago, like last year or something. It's the remastered version of Skyrim from 2011. So this guidebook has also everything you need to know about the DLCs. So it's a really nice book, and if you're stuck and just want to read a little about a certain quest or something, there are like personal kind of comments about that specific quest, because the writers, they write kind of personal, you know what I mean. Now this guidebook I also bought on eBay. I buy a lot of my books on eBay. I like eBay. eBay is cool. It is Dragon Quest Builder's Guide. Now this book is it's not as text heavy as the Skyrim one, of course it isn't, but it has very useful maps over all the places, the continents that you visit in the game. And I really like this book. I was looking through this book while I was playing this game, and I don't feel like I'm finished with the game. I mean, I'm technically finished, but I wanna play it more because there's still so much that I feel like I haven't discovered everything. It's a really good game. It's a nice game. Dragon Quest Builders. It is for the Vita and the PlayStation 4 at the moment. It's going to come to Nintendo Switch, I'm pretty sure. Now this book, yeah. I have written inside my name and November 2013. Now this is the guidebook for Pokemon X and Y on the 3DS. I think this is a really good Pokemon game. It's always the game that I recommend to new players. The Pokemon games has a main story, believe it or not, and this explains like where to go and stuff like that, but it also has tips and tricks about breeding the Pokemon and like all the other different kinds of shit that you can do with your Pokemon. Now in more recent games anyway, there's a lot of like things you can do with the Pokemon, not just the old things. There's also checklists with what item and which Pokemon to find at this and that zone, route as it's called. That way you can actually find the Pokemons that you're looking for with this guide. And I don't think I really use this guide much, except for when I'm really loving a game. I really want the guidebook just to have something more physical and hold. I like books and stuff with the games that I'm currently obsessed with, and I was obsessed with this game. It's a really good game. Now here is a guidebook for Animal Crossing New Leaf. And let's see, I bought this 27th of June 2013. What's cool about this guidebook is that it has like starter tips and tricks in the start, and it has, now how was this? Yeah. And it shows a picture of all the furniture that you can collect in the game. Like every single piece of item that you can collect. If you're trying to build a perfect kitchen or something, you can look through this and see what looks nice and what you like. So yeah, I feel like this guidebook for Animal Crossing New Leaf, it's more like a catalog with the items. It has certain tips and tricks, and I've made these things that I don't know the name of. What is this called? And I even used some of the checklists in this book. So yeah, it has information on all the festivals as well, the seasonal events that happens in this town, and all the and how to get all the things. Anyway, cool. Now, Black and White, I have to admit that I haven't played Black and White much. I truly haven't, because when the games were released, I didn't jump on them at their release. I bought Black, I think, many years later after the initial release. So I wasn't on the hype train when the train passed by. I was kinda behind. But anyway, well, it has maps over all the areas. It tells you where Pokemons are. It has lists with all the TMs and HMs, tips and tricks about evolving. I don't know, I really like to see the maps. Like, usually when you play a Pokemon game, you can only see what's really right beside you. With an overview of maps like this, you get a much better overview of where you are and where to go, and I enjoy that. So Pokemon guidebooks are good, but I need to play this game. I don't know if I will ever. My backlog is massive, and this one is perhaps my first guidebook in my life that I ever got in my life. How old was I? Now, this is before I was a kid at this point in time, so I didn't write inside the date and stuff like that. But I remember where I used to live and who I hanged with. No, I was 11. Now I know I was 11 because I remember I got the Game Boy Advance on release, and I got Pokemon Silver straight after that, so it must have been around my 11th birthday. This guidebook was sold down on the gas station in the little place that we lived at that time. I used this so much. Now here's a little note with where the day-related people appear, like Mondays, Monica on the Route 40, blah blah blah. I don't know if you guys remember this, but so this guidebook is well read. Let's just say that. It had so good tips and tricks back then, and this is before I used the internet anyway. I think I didn't use the internet. I remember this so vividly. I mean, Pokemon Silver, it's the game I want to be buried with, and it was one of my first and most epic gaming experiences in my life, Pokemon Silver. It was just about the same time as I discovered Ocarina of Time, so really early gaming memories for me. Console gaming anyway. I played PC before that, but DOS, MS-DOS, you know. This is the Pokemon game where a Pokemon could evolve to different kinds of Pokemons, not just one way to evolve them. Now this is breeding and inherited moves when you're breeding them, and this page is really good. You can see which Pokemon can breed with which Pokemon. So they are categorized into groups. Really useful. Now this is a map. Yeah, Johto and Kanto. And like this. This is cool. This was really cool when you're 11 years old. This was my own adventure in life. It was everything that meant something for me almost. Yeah, Pokemon Silver and this guide. I cannot even count how many times I've read through this guide. I mean, I remember every page just now looking at them because I looked so much through this when I was a kid. I remember the sea maps, they were really useful because, like I said, you didn't get a real overview over where you were in the sea if you didn't have a map like that, I felt like anyway. Oh my god. So good game. Do you guys remember in Pokemon Gold and Silver these caves that were on top of everything? They were dark and you had to use Flash move to brighten them, but they didn't even get that bright, and I was playing on a Game Boy Advance that wasn't backlit anyway, so it was really hard to see where you were going. So these maps, they really helped out. Like Whirl Islands, it says, the dungeon the dungeon, the cave where you find Legria, the rare legendary Pokemon anyway. And then the Kanto map. A lot of Kanto maps, really good. Well, I like Johto the most, of course I did. Now here are items lists. I put a dot if I had the item or not, so checklist kind of things going on. Now here is the Pokedex over the new Pokemons that was released with Gold and Silver. I have put a ring and a star, and I really doodle around in this. As you can see, it's so good. Well, actually there's a weird thing. Something I've been wondering about in later years is that the Celebi picture in this one, it does not look like Celebi at all. Do you see that? That is Celebi. Well, Celebi actually looks like this. Not this, but early print, early artwork, I don't know, but it's interesting at least. And a few other of these pictures are not how the Pokemons actually turned out later. I just realized that this video is turning out to be quite long, so I will cut it up in 2 sections. So this is part 1. I feel like I have to do that, and so that you don't get bored and you can go on with your life and your day. You can watch my part 2 pretty soon, or it's up now. Link in the description perhaps. I hope you like these kinds of videos, because I wanted to do this for a very long time. Just to sit down and go through memory lane, kind of. So anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and look out for part 2 of my guidebooks. And I'll see you later. Bye!